Thanks for listening to a new episode of Jencita Unfiltered. Remember when Kesha was going through all those legal battles with Dr. Luke and everyone was freaking out because Taylor Swift didn't speak up, and what kind of feminist was she, even though she helped pay all of Kesha's legal fees? Where are all those people now that Swift is going through her own sexual assault trial? It really frustrates me when people post a comment about something they haven't even bothered to educate themselves on. So for everyone who thinks they know everything about the Taylor Swift trial but actually don't, let me get you up to speed. For starters, Taylor Swift did not sue anybody, but she did report the incident after it happened. Since the matter did take place in the workplace and the offender, David Mueller, was there on a work-related visit, it was also reported to his bosses through Swift's team, and it was handled as such as sexual harassment in the workplace. So what is this incident that I'm referring to? It was during a 2013 meet and greet where David Mueller and his then girlfriend went to meet Swift and take a photo with her. But while taking the photo, Mueller decided to slip his hand underneath Swift's skirt and grab her bare ass. Now, Swift has never publicly spoken out about this incident, yet David Mueller is saying she defamed his good name and is seeking over $3 million in damages. Now, Swift and her team did not get David Mueller fired. In fact, they reported the incident to his bosses and let them handle it. They alone decided that they were going to fire him based on a series of events. 1. The photo taken was pretty incriminating. 2. Mueller kept changing his story. He wasn't sure exactly what happened, and if he did touch Swift's bottom, it was by accident. 3. Mueller was let go on a morality clause. Now, this is a man who doesn't want to take responsibility for what he did. Sexual assault cases are very hard to prove, which is why a lot of people don't end up coming forward, because all it's going to do is put them in the spotlight, only to be told their case isn't valid. Now, Mueller had evidence of the conversation that took place between him and his boss the day he got fired, but it magically disappeared when he accidentally spilled coffee on his laptop, and all of the other devices that the recording was on magically malfunctioned as well. You destroyed critical evidence. To anyone out there who thinks they are allowed to touch somebody else's body without their consent, newsflash, that is sexual assault. The legal definition of sexual assault includes groping, even through clothing. So that means if somebody wants to touch your buttocks or your breast, even over your clothing, that's sexual assault if you did not give them consent. I really feel like men need to be educated on sexual assault. Take Tim, for example. He claims that the photo shows no contact. Although when Mueller's attorney asked why the front of Swift's skirt wasn't misplaced, Swift replied, "My ass is located in the back of my body." How's that for an anatomy lesson? Swift was also asked why nobody else saw the incident, and she said that nobody could have seen the incident unless they were underneath her, and they didn't have anyone placed there at the time. So apparently Swift just has to give anatomy lessons now. If a picture is taken from the front, how would you be able to see what was happening in the back? When Swift's mother, Andrea, took the stand, she said that the photo does in fact prove that her skirt had been misplaced because it was a stiff skirt and it had been lifted, and Swift does not have hips. Now let's go back to Tim for a second, who said it may be assault, but it's not sexual assault because butts aren't sexual. Well, thank you, Tim, for that education, but just because you don't perceive butts as sexual doesn't mean they don't fall under the legal definition of sexual assault. He went on to say, if you don't react to something in the moment, it's your fault for letting someone get away with something. Tell that to a person who has ever been a victim of abuse, rape, or assault. You literally lose the ability to respond appropriately. And as Swift put it, after this happened, a light switched off in my personality. I just said in a monotone voice, "Thank you for coming." Now, Mueller's attorney even tried to get a response out of Taylor Swift as to how she feels about Mueller being fired over the incident, to which Swift replied, "I'm not going to let you or your client make me feel like this is my fault, because it isn't." Swift is a victim of sexual assault and is being sued by her attacker for $3 million. She is countersued for just $1, just to show people that they should not be afraid to speak up when something like this happens to them. So the next time you want to make a quick judgment about someone, get all the facts first and stop spreading lies just because it fits your agenda of hating someone. As far as the jokes are concerned, saying things like, "Okay, radio people, be careful not to brush someone's behind," stop making light of this situation merely because it happened to Swift. You would be surprised how many women in this industry have undergone things like this, but have kept silent to save their careers. I, for one, am proud of Swift for fighting this case and not letting any form of sexual assault be reduced down to nothingness. Stay strong, Taylor, and thank you for giving victims of sexual assault a voice.